Hey, hallå, I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus Cornix, and welcome to Yacc, yet another Crowcast where I pick a game I played for a week and then I'll talk about it. This week's game is The Adventures of Lolo 2 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was released in 1990 and it's a puzzle game developed by HAL Laboratories and also published by HAL Laboratories. And also with spoilers up ahead, just so you know, but first a little backstory. So last week I was talking about that I wanted to play Lolo 2 but I couldn't find it. But this week I found it, so that's why I played this week. So at the startup of a game, you will see Lolo, the main character's friend, Princess Lala, getting kidnapped by a mysterious hand, and then you get to the startup screen, and here you can select between a new game and a password system. And then there is a cutscene of Lolo walking to a huge tower, which he's supposed to scale to rescue Lala, I guess. So you start at floor 1, and the gameplay is relatively simple. You pick up these hearts, which will open up a large chest with a jewel in it that will clear out all the enemies on the stage. And there's a mechanic which can bubble up these larva enemies, or I think there's some kind of bug or something, but you bubble them up so you can move them around a bit. And it becomes a mechanic later in the game when you use these larvas as floating platforms on water, so you can cross to islands and whatnot. But mainly in the beginning of the game, they're just in the way and you want to move them to progress, basically, to the next level. So the second level introduces the skulls, and they are dormant until you picked up all the hearts, and then they will come after you. So basically, that's it. Each level's introduce something new, like a little puzzle mechanic, and once you understand that puzzle mechanic, you can move on. So the third level introduces a black rolling enemy, like armadillo. And here is where I encountered my first death as well. And this game is very forgiving. If you die, you get a password, but just as the other adventure game that I played, Bomberman 2, if you die, you just continue where you left off. There's no biggie, not punishing at all. And this level also introduces boxes. So now I'm back to the whole boxel thing again, where move boxes to figure out simple puzzles and progress. So the fourth level introduces the Medusa heads, and if you're in line of sight with them, they will kill you with a projectile faster than you can blink. It also introduces the gray moving blocks, and these blocks doesn't kill you, they just push you into the line of sight with the Medusa head, so you have to pay attention to them as they move around the stage and whatnot. And if you beat this, the fourth level, you advance to floor 2. So the first level of the second floor introduces a pure boxel puzzle yet again, so you have to put the boxes up in a line of sight to the Medusa so you can grab all the hearts, and that's about it. So the second level introduces the skulls again, and you have to use the larvas as well to block their sight while you pick up all the hearts. And it's kind of funny, about 2 weeks ago I watched TMR play this game. It wasn't really him playing, well technically it was a rerun on Twitch. And this game needs to be played by more people because it's one of those boxel type of puzzle game that I actually enjoy. There's some frustrating parts of it, but it's minor nitpicks. So the third level introduces these annoying blocks that will push you into a corner and box you in. The only way to get out of this is pushing the select button, and then you sacrifice a life and then you start over again at the stage. And if you get a game over, it's not that big of a deal because this game is very forgiving when it comes to replayability, I guess it's called. So you get a passcode and you can just continue to play on where you left off. So it's really nice. So gameplay. Save Lala from the main bad guy throughout the 50 levels. Control, the D-pad moves Lolo around, the select button kills him so you can restart the stage, and the A button bubble up these larva/maggots. If you do this 2 times with the A button, you actually push them off the stage, but they will come back again. So there's some whole mechanic to that. Graphics, colorful popping graphics. I like the intro cutscene. There's some minor little nitpick though. It's exactly like the first game when it comes to the graphic palette, but it's not a bad thing. They have some swap sprites and whatnot, but it's more or less the same. Sound and music. Hideki Kanasashi made the music for this game. It's a happy, cheerful, short loop kind of thing. After you play this game a bit, it will get stuck in your head, but it's just exactly like Boxel. It's just charming in my opinion. Easter eggs, secrets, and glitches. So if you go into the password screen, you can type in PRO by the following letters A, B, C, and D, and they will introduce these unique levels which are super hard. So I didn't even try them, I looked it up on YouTube. It's kind of cool. It's called Pro for a reason, I guess. In conclusion, I wrote yes, play it. It's an easy puzzle game, and once you figure out the solution, it's relatively simple to just go along. It's more or less the first game, but with a couple of sprite swaps, and I'm not a puzzle guy, but I enjoy what I played. I usually play, as I said, almost any of the puzzle episodes that I am not a puzzle guy. I enjoy playing it in small bursts, and that's about it. It's not really a penalty to dying and getting a game over because you can go back to the level with a passcode or just continue where you left off. So it's a fun little puzzle game that I like people to play, so I can recommend it. So anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.